espoused by the movement and the reactions of the traditional church. Then I also look at the challenges and the future of the movement in the Catholic Church. By a disclaimer that the Catholic Church is founded on a charismatic heritage. I look at it very carefully. People like St. Paul, they were absolutely charismatic. Even those heretical movements that you can talk about within the Catholic Church, they were led by great charismatics. Talk about Arianism, talk about Donatism. Oh, we can go list down so many of those movements. And we can say, without fear of contradiction, that the presence of charismatic movements has enabled the church to thrive in many centuries, despite the challenges that have punctuated in the history of the church. And it is true that in certain periods of the church history, charismatic movements are extremely evident. But at the same time, we can say there were other times that these movements were totally hidden. And we say that charismatic movement remarkably influenced and even continue to shape the life of the church in general. Talk about liturgy, talk about evangelization, talk about theology, talk about many other aspects that entails the dimensions of the church. So we cannot do without these movements. And it is true that any religion that exists for a period of time soon finds itself confronted with followers or leaders who claim that the foundation have been weakened, or that new teachings or reinterpretation of existing teachings are necessary in order to meet the future challenge, or recapture the genius of the founder's vision. And I guess even when we look at the history of the Catholic Church and also the rule, for example, of our order, there are people who like to interpret one rule, the rule in a liberal way, and others could be very conservative. Actually, that is a reality of the charismatic movements. Now, let's look at some basic characteristics of these charismatic movements. One is that the supernatural becomes an expected part of life. They don't see God so separate from them. They say, when I was in meditation, God spoke to me, and you are asking him, how did he speak to you? Because they believe that actually God spoke to them directly because he's part and parcel of their life. Another aspect is inherent desire in angelic purity. And they cannot take anybody who they feel is weak. And I guess some of these charismatic movements would fire people whom they felt that they were not living that form of purity. The Donatists, for example, believed that if a man who happens to be ordained celebrates Mass when he is in a state of mortal sin, that Mass is not valid. And you remember the intervention of St. Augustine when he talks about the persona di Christi. Now, they also talk about the separation from the worldly. They believe they are in the world, but not of the world. Another thing is total transformation of personality is expected as the norm. And sometimes when we encounter the charismatics, either within the Catholic Church or elsewhere, they say, for example, or even the kind of greeting will tell you that you're not dealing with the ordinary environment here. For you who is an ordinary Christian, they say, good morning. But when they meet their fellow charismatic, they say, praise the Lord. And they must say amen. So it's a very unique environment. Now, to restore religion as an affair of the heart, it's not about how many people are in the church. For them, they believe that actually religion is a personal decision. And that decision, you have to carry it. So whether you are alone or you are many, for them, it doesn't matter. Provided you are convinced about your faith. As opposed to the outward forms of structures of the traditional religion. Now, possess a set of gifts which allow a direct insight into God's will, with the accompanying devaluing of human wisdom. For them, they say you don't really need to have a doctorate so that you can preach well. You can talk because the Spirit is directly inspiring you. You can preach and convince people and convert many. And you can have a whole lot of examples of people who were not educated, but they were able to preach the word of God. Another thing is that they are very enthusiastic. A charismatic claim to have a new status and authority hint of theocracy. Charismatics, you wonder why they do things in their home. They are always going for the next fellowship. They will be flying out of the country. They will do everything to go for pilgrimage as a sign that really they are committed. They are very enthusiastic. And wherever they go, they always start up and say, praise the Lord. I believe in Jesus as my personal Savior. And since I have an encounter of Him, my life has been different. They have always to give a testimony about their conviction. They're very enthusiastic about that. Conducting long sessions of fasting and prayer. I met a lady who told me that she has not slept for the whole week because the pastor has guided her to pray 1,000 Hail Marys every day, continuously, so that she can be liberated from some kind of inclination. And the pastor told her, this is a spirit of prostitution. So she had to fight it very hard by reciting 1,000 Hail Marys every after. So you can imagine her eyes were gouging out, red like brake lights. Why? Because she was praying all through. Now, a group sometimes retreat into the wilderness to set up its own society and culture. And I guess you have seen this happen to the charismatics. Though they belong to the church, sometimes they can even correct you as a priest if you do not support them. They claim, hey, look at you. I think you need the Spirit of God to move you. And so they are like a form of a separate group, but within the church. And they know each other. Then, conviction among charismatics that the second coming of Christ is shortly expected. So you don't have to waste time. And you remember St. Paul was also inclined towards this. And sometimes he would tell his Christians, those who are not married, you don't even have to worry about marriage now. Because why marry and Christ is coming by evening? You have wasted your energy. So you can imagine that the charismatics are convinced towards that. Now, I just talked about charismatics in general. Let me now focus on Catholic and what we call Catholic Pentecostalism. Now, what we also call charismatic renewal in the Roman Church traces its roots back in 1967 to a group of college students and professors at Duquesne University in Pennsylvania. Not very well this year. The Vatican II Council just ended in 1965. And remember, John the 23rd said, we will open the doors, aggiornamento, and allow fresh air to get into the church. By so doing, that was the beginning of the Catholic Charismatic Renewal Movement. Father Karaja will tell you that former delegates to will always talk about the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit.